Today I'm reviewing Together, which was directed by... Um... I was going to review Together, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to talk about Amazon's War of the Worlds by Amazon, now streaming on Amazon Prime. This movie is without question the most hilarious dumpster fire I have seen in years. The film stars Ice Cube as a DHS tech specialist, and the aliens invade and the world is screwed. Well, all this film is told through Ice Cube's computer screen. I know this picture was filmed during the pandemic, so I'm not going to defeat it for having this storytelling gimmick. There have been some good films that have done stories this way, such as Profile and the Unfriended films, so this doesn't offend me. But I am going to defeat it on every other possible way because this is one of the worst movies of the year, or rather of any recent year. I can't lie though, I absolutely love this movie. It is the kind of garbage that doesn't come around very much anymore. So I view this as a moment in time where we are witnessing a future bad movie classic being thrown onto us. Since everything is shown and told through the main character's computer screen, we get no proper tension when the aliens begin attacking. There's supposed to be a hacker group our hero is tracking when the invasion begins, and I will come back to that in a minute, believe me. But the intrigue of it all is completely destroyed when the editing and pacing is so frantic that it can't make up its own mind of what it wants to make the priority. There's supposed to be a family dynamic with Ice Cube's wife having passed away and his strained relationship with his son and pregnant daughter. But this film completely fails at conveying any pathos in any relationship because everyone does such a terrible job of acting with the material that they have. It seems as if the filmmakers just told Ice Cube to give the faces he normally gives that we all love him for, the grumpy scowl, the trash talking, and these awkward reactions that seem like he was told someone just ate the last shrimp at a dinner party. I think Ice Cube is a great musician and a good actor in many roles, so I will not and cannot blame him for this horrendous acting job. What does he have to work with? Just shit being thrown at the screen and being told how to react when he doesn't have anyone to bounce off of? It's nearly an impossible task, especially when you're trying to sell that the entire world is under attack and basically fucked. What makes one part of this hilarious, though, is that when the aliens start attacking, Cube clicks on news feeds and on-field reports explaining everything that is happening. How the hell did that happen? So the reporters for every news outlet in the entire world knew to have cameras pointing at every location that is being attacked before the meteors even landed in our hemisphere? And they somehow know every action the US government is taking right in the middle of the Zoom call that all top officials are taking to make these actions, and can easily report on it from a safe place within seconds? This is one of the worst examples of logical fallacies in films where every character must have read the script in order to know what to do that I have seen in a movie in so many years and maybe even ever. There is so much convenience with the way they designed this picture. Or should I even call it a picture? Fuck. Another example is the character played by Eva Longoria. She starts identifying these crazy weather storms everyone has been having at the start of the film, but anytime we see the outside areas in the picture through other people's phone screens, the skies are as bright and sunny as if it were a perfect summer day. Then her character will end up having to go someplace that is like anywhere from 5 blocks to 5 miles away to find information out about something, but be able to phone into Ice Cube's computer screen within a matter of like 4 minutes. This woman can teleport. I am convinced of this. The first half of the movie, I was ready to just write it off as a very bad alien invasion movie and just be insulted that they had the balls to call this War of the Worlds one of the best sci-fi stories ever told. But the second half elevated it to an all-time turkey level and made me love it as a potential bad classic. Ice Cube's daughter is pregnant, as I mentioned, and there's all this weird family drama stuff surrounding that, which isn't even a schematic of an idea. It's like they all ad-libbed everything and did it so poorly. Her boyfriend slash baby daddy works for Amazon. And let's talk about all the Amazon plugs in this movie. They are everywhere. And it is glorious to watch because of how insulting it is to the intelligence of the viewers. Hold that thought though, because that shit plays into the ending. Be back with that in a moment. The aliens have the tripods like they do in the original story and the films that people remember, whether it's the 50s version or the one by Steven Spielberg or many others. But they look absolutely terrible from a visual level. I know we only see them through a phone screen or a computer screen, but they look like they were drawn from Photoshop and don't have any threat to them. What the hell is up with all the terrible VFX I am seeing in this movie? Everyone in this film is either safe in a car or in some kind of office. The only people in the whole film who even have a false looking interaction with the aliens is Andrea Savage's character, who is an FBI agent, and Ice Cube's daughter. Every time they are running from the aliens or are in the midst of being injured, they have the wherewithal to flip the button on their phone back and forth to not only show themselves, but also the stuff around them, while millions of people around them are apparently dying. Wow, this movie is so bad. I would ask if AI made this, but I can't because I recognize almost all of the cast. I don't know what the fuck happened here, but I would love to see a making of documentary of this picture someday. It would be astonishing to watch. To go back to the things I left at the door earlier in the video, the hacker group that Ice Cube was tracking at the beginning of the film plays a vital role in the ending. I won't go full in depth if you don't want full spoilers, but I'm going to tell you that one of the hackers in the group is Ice Cube's son. And that reveal is so goddamn hilarious, and there's some kind of fake out death with him where a house gets blown up, but he just takes down a fake wall to show that he really wasn't where people thought he was. I howled so much at that moment of the movie because what the hell were they thinking? The whole thesis this film is trying to go for is about government surveillance and how in the wrong hands it can do bad things and blah and blah and blah. We have a villain in this movie besides the aliens, and when that is revealed to us, it's handled is worse than any Neil Breen film I have ever seen in my life. It was legendarily awful. The film is so terrible that it doesn't even know how to approach an anti-technology message, where the entire story is told via technology. It is incompatible with its own existence. But the thing that is the best is the fact that the ending involves a purchase being made on Amazon and having someone fly an Amazon drone to someone else. The amount of cocksucking that Amazon is doing in this movie is insufferable, but the absolute most hilarious shit I have seen in a movie in years. Let me be clear, this movie is complete dog shit and is awful in every way you can imagine, from writing to technical execution. There is nothing about this film that is good, but I am a psychopath who loves me bad movies. And if you saw my review of In the Lost Lands earlier this year, I eat this shit for breakfast. Never once was I in pain watching this travesty unfold. There have been worse films this year released, in my opinion. One distributed by Amazon, interestingly enough. But unless you have an affinity to really, really good bad movies, skip this film. But man, I had to talk about this film and why I can't wait to watch it again for when I need a great cry laugh. Anyone who attempts to say to me that Hurry Up Tomorrow is the worst film of the year needs to just shut the fuck up now, because it is definitely not. I actually sort of like that film, but regardless, this is an all-time bad movie. This makes Madam Web look like the Godfather. I love it so much. Obviously, I give Amazon's War of the Worlds, sponsored by Amazon, half a star and a golden turkey. But on a drive-in campy, so bad it's good level, I have to say that I do give it a high 4 drive-ins out of 4. This may be a recommendation to only movie psychopaths like myself, but I had so much fun watching this. I feel about this film the same way everyone felt about The Fanatic when it released. Let that be all you need to know. And that is my review. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Here's links to my other videos. Follow me on social media if you like. And until next time, I am Ghost.